you guys. In this video, I'm just going to give you a peek into my life in a day or a few days about how I see big city life in Tbilisi. So the title might be a bit interesting to you, but everywhere I go, every time I'm outside, every time I walk around the city, I just romanticize it. And it's not something that I try to do. It's just what I do naturally. So I'll just take you with me and show you some of the things and ways that I romanticize living in a big city. Most people think of a big city as big and noisy and smelly and crowded. And there are definitely those things, even in Tbilisi, but it doesn't change how I view the city. And that's probably why I live here. Like something as simple as light or shadows or water falling, shadows on the pavement, the light shining through trees. Those things aren't lost on me in the city at all. If anything, I notice them more. Like seeing my light shine through the window in the morning, or shadows being casted on the ground from beautiful ironwork. No matter how often I walk Rustaveli Avenue, I notice arches and architecture and these beautiful historical details on the buildings. The Orthodox churches are something I love particularly because you go inside and you're just surrounded by art. And something like this, the theater, it has a beautiful ceiling. The opera house, I never get used to the colors and the pattern and just how beautiful this building is. I stare at it every time I walk past. You can see these just details absolutely everywhere in the city. And I don't see how you can't help but look up. But a balcony is ornate, or an old sort of crumbly wood door has such like intricate craftsmanship and leaded glass and even advertisements in stores. It's just amazing. I think where I live, it's just you build a house and it looks like all the houses near you, but then you see something like the church or an old wooden building and it has beautiful rows of windows and archwork and ironwork fences. And everywhere I pass, there's always a beautiful view of the city from no matter which angle. This house just had like a sculpture outside, just sitting there, and that's something I notice. I notice these heart-shaped ironwork in this old door and this color block window. A man who had painted his old Russian car to look like a race car. And something like green spaces I value so much more. So I'll see flowers more and artwork. Even these are just advertisements, street art. But I notice it everywhere I go living in the city. There's so many statues everywhere, and you can just see how shops decorate their own spaces with color and with pattern. Again, I walk past these things daily, if not weekly, and I still notice them. I stop and look. I'm always looking up. They're beautiful to me. This restaurant had a rendition of Pierre Osmani's, I think, The Fisherman. And even this is just an advertisement for ice cream, but it's so well done. I notice it. And especially if there's colors and pattern. I love traditional things. The rugs I could look at all day at the market. I think if I had a house, it'd be covered in rugs. But look at how beautiful this playground is. They took deer and used it as something for children to play on, but it's still so artistic. And an advertisement for the bubble waffles was beautiful. City decorating for Independence Day. And even just sitting at the park or sitting in the grass, getting sun. You know, in a big city, it's hard to find so many green spaces. And so you just take them in so much more. Look at how they decorated their addresses with like intricately painted tiles. It's like so small, like who would notice, but they took the time to do it. Like I notice those things as I walk, like nothing is taken for granted. And you might be thinking, well, you're in a new country, in a new place. I've lived on and off in Tbilisi for 6 years, and I still stop to look at the booksellers and see, you know, uniquely decorated book covers and artwork or street art. This woman was there at the perfect time looking out her window, which was so cool. Just look at these statues holding up the building and these advertisements. They're so colorful. They're like oversized. They're well done. And again, with green space, water. I notice water too anywhere it is in the city. It's just so beautiful. It's refreshing. Light shines through it. I could sit there all day, especially when it's hot, and just enjoy being in that space. And this old streetcar was just there on display. And the restaurant again just decorated. And then nights in the city just bring a completely different beauty that you don't get during the day. You get street music and beautiful, well-lit views, and everybody coming out. It's just awesome. So if you like this video and want more, please like and subscribe.